Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to today's Golden Nugget of Business Education with me, Julie Cameron, a business growth specialist with Action Coach Solihull. So this week we have been talking about the mastery of mastering the delivery of our product or service. And one of the things that we need to touch upon is consistency, and that why when you become a master of delivering your service, that consistency is key, because you want to be doing that same standard delivery over and over again. So one of the tips that we often talk about is having a checklist. So who out there loves a checklist? Well, me. I love a checklist, and why I love a checklist is because it makes sure that I don't miss anything. We have a client at Action Coach at the moment, and they say they've always had an issue with their staff, with the people within their organization, and that sometimes they do great and sometimes they don't do so great. They're okay, but there's no consistency. So I said to them, show me the checklist that they're using. And the response that they got, was, we don't have checklists. They know what they do. Well, quite clearly they don't, because if they did, they would have that consistency within their organization. By having a checklist, you're ensuring that they're doing every single aspect you want them to do for, the service aspect of delivering their product. Their service level would become consistent if they used a checklist. You have to think about it like baking a cake. You use a recipe to make a cake. Now, if you were to make that cake without the recipe, if you didn't use that recipe at all, would that cake be the same every single time? And that's what you have to think about putting checklists in there. How can you expect someone to do a task if they don't have a checklist in place? So, if they don't have that checklist, they will miss some key ingredients. But by having that checklist in there, they're going to make sure that they are doing everything. So get those checklists in place for the most routine jobs. Get input from your team, from your members of your staff, from your customers, and create those checklists to make sure that they are perfect for those routine tasks. What you have to be aware is that some people welcome checklists, like me, I love one, but others say that they don't need one. But what you have to remember is that we're only human, and it will mean that we will forget things, and if you don't have that checklist in place, then what will happen is that they will struggle to do a great job. And we don't want that to happen, so input those checklists. Get them going through those routine jobs, and let's see the consistency of delivery of your product and service. So that's Julie from Action Coach Solihull giving you another golden nugget of business education on a lunchtime. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow.